Welcome to the Apprenticeship Information Session. This info provides a general overview of apprenticeship training. What is an apprenticeship? An apprenticeship is a practical form of education based on an employment relationship, where most learning takes place at the workplace through hands-on work. The training also includes theoretical studies, which can consist of in-person instruction, online learning, or independent study. Theoretical study days are planned in advance and may occur, for example, 1 to 4 days per month. In apprenticeship training, theory meets practice. The student is given responsibility in work tasks and learns by performing real job duties. The assigned tasks must correspond to the skill requirements defined in the qualification criteria. These criteria and skill requirements are set by the Finnish National Agency for Education. An apprenticeship can be established for a new or existing employment relationship. It may be fixed-term or permanent. Entrepreneurs can also study through an entrepreneurial apprenticeship. The duration of an apprenticeship can range from a few months to several years. You can complete either a part of or an entire vocational qualification at the upper secondary level through the apprenticeship. An apprenticeship is especially suitable for those who want to learn a new profession in a practical way or deepen their existing skills. It offers a flexible and efficient way to gain professional competence and work experience simultaneously. What can you study through an apprenticeship? Through an apprenticeship, you can complete vocational qualifications at the basic, vocational, or specialist level, all of which provide general eligibility for further studies. There are approximately 160 different qualifications available. Basic vocational qualification is an entry-level qualification for a profession, providing foundational knowledge and skills. It comprises 180 competence points. Completing the full qualification typically takes about 5 to 2 years. Vocational qualification focuses on more targeted professional skills, offering deeper expertise than the basic qualification. It usually comprises 150 competence points. Completing the full qualification typically takes about 1 to 2 years. Specialist vocational qualification demonstrates mastery of the most demanding tasks in a profession and advanced professional competence. It generally comprises 180 competence points. Completing the full qualification typically takes about 1 to 2 years. Vocational education is competence-based, meaning you can directly pursue, for example, a vocational qualification if you already possess the necessary foundational knowledge and skills. Requirements for apprenticeship training. To begin apprenticeship training, you must have a workplace for the entire duration of the training. The employer commits to training you and enables participation in the required study days. Your work tasks determine which degree you can complete. Workplace must also have the necessary equipment and machinery as required by the qualification. The employer appoints a workplace instructor. The student is expected to have motivation and commitment to work, as well as to participate in the required study days. The student must be at least 15 years old. You must have suitable degree or part of degree with your work task. In apprenticeship training, working hours must be average at least 25 hours per week, and the salary must comply with the applicable collective agreement. The required Finnish language proficiency level for different qualifications must be demonstrated with a language certificate or by participating in a language test. The language level must meet the requirements of the intended training A1, A2, B1, or B2. Apprenticeship training is planned collaboratively, with agreed goals and key work tasks. How is apprenticeship training used? Apprenticeship training is a work-based way to study a profession. If a person already has practical experience in a field but lacks formal qualifications, an apprenticeship can lead to an official qualification or certificate of competence. Apprenticeship training is an excellent option for adults who want to retrain for a completely new profession and change career paths. It also offers the opportunity to continue and complete studies that were previously interrupted. Through an apprenticeship, you can acquire targeted, need-based new skills. Benefits of apprenticeship training for the student. During apprenticeship training, students gain work experience and develop professional skills throughout the entire training period. They receive a salary according to the collective agreement and are entitled to other employment benefits. For the theoretical study days, students may be eligible for study-related social benefits under certain conditions. Daily allowance, €15 per day. Family allowance, €17 per day if the student has a dependent under 18 years old child. Travel compensation, 33 cents per kilometer if the distance between home and school exceeds 10 kilometers, 7 kilometers for students under compulsory education, 1 round trip per week. Accommodation compensation, €8 per day, agreed separately. At work, the student is supported by a designated workplace instructor. A qualification completed through apprenticeship training provides general eligibility for higher education studies in Finland. Benefits of apprenticeship training for employers. Apprenticeship training is a cost-effective way to provide education. The training is free of charge for the employer. It is an excellent method for recruiting new employees or training existing staff based on specific needs, either through short-term or long-term training. An apprenticeship can be started flexibly, and its duration is defined individually according to the needs of both the student and the employer. Employers may be eligible for a training compensation for providing guidance under certain conditions. Employment services may grant wage subsidies to employers to cover salary costs when hiring a job seeker who is unemployed, subject to specific criteria. Workplace instructor or mentor. An apprenticeship student is assigned a workplace instructor by the employer. The instructor guides, supports, and advises the student in work tasks aligned with the goals of the qualification. The student has the right to receive feedback from the workplace instructor during workplace learning. Giving feedback is essential, as it helps the student understand their level of competence and reinforces their skills. The workplace instructor should have professional competence, work experience in the field, motivation and commitment to mentoring, and the necessary guidance skills to effectively support the student throughout the training. The workplace instructor often also acts as an assessor during the qualification demonstration. Workplace instructors are trained through both in-person and online courses. The training is free of charge. More information about guidance is available online. How to start your path as an apprenticeship student. Anyone interested in apprenticeship training must independently find a suitable apprenticeship workplace by contacting employers in the field directly. Job opportunities can be searched, for example, on the Job Market Finland website. Unemployed job seekers should check the possibility of receiving a wage subsidy from employment services. The wage subsidy is compensation paid to the employer and granted by employment services. For matters related to vocational rehabilitation, contact the Social Insurance Institution of Finland or your insurance company. Once a suitable workplace has been found and the work tasks support the completion of the qualification, you can fill out the apprenticeship training application. The application should not be completed without the employer's involvement, as it will not be processed without an employer. Apprenticeship training is based on acquiring skills at the workplace. Once the application reaches Savo Vocational College, a work-life coordinator will contact all parties and begin planning the studies together. Submitting the application does not yet commit any party to the training. More information is available on the following websites. Contact information. Saki Business Services is available Monday to Friday from 8 to 3 p.m. Field-specific work-life coordinators, apprenticeship experts, can be found on Saki's website. Thank you.